Hi, Jonathan. It's so exciting to be talking to you and meeting you for the first time.
You too. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm still reeling from watching your show. I may have binged watched it over a box of Girl Scout cookies.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy to hear. I hope you liked it.
The sugar episode like made me question myself.
I can see how that might happen with that one. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It was a reckoning I needed, but it was so joyful and just so informative. And I'm so happy and so glad that you're able to bring it to fruition.
Whew. Thank you so much for saying that. It makes me so happy to hear.
Yeah, and it was also really emotional. There were like so many tear-jerking moments. I'm thinking of like Ayana, I'm thinking of Alok and Joshua and Gio. And I don't know if this is something that you know about yourself, but I've noticed that you're someone who people can just be really emotionally vulnerable with when they don't even know you. And I'm curious, how has that impacted you in your life and on the show as you're getting curious?
Well, I think it's impacted me in that I've learned so much. I think that when we're vulnerable, we're so much more open to connection and information and like humanity. So I think that because I'm willing to be vulnerable with people whom I trust, and I think that's probably why people trust me to be vulnerable with me too, because they know that I give what I get or I give what I ask for.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I think that it's made me a more empathetic, stronger, more connected, more well-rounded person.
Totally. And I see how like it's impacting like even people on TikToks, like straight men watching the show, like crying, like that kind of thing is just like you're truly like impacting people who are all over America, even middle America. I think your reach is really unique, especially for a queer person. And so I'm just curious where how it feels to be starting from scratch with so many people, especially when it comes to queer education, where you might be the first non-binary person they've ever met. How does that feel? Is it infuriating, invigorating?
Oh, it's not. I think no, it's not infuriating. I answered to like if someone. I don't even need to say that now, but the short answer is no.
Yeah,
I check in with me in like 20 years. I don't know. I think for now it feels I just hope that like that specifically the can we say bye bye to the binary episode? I hope that
yeah,
that brings more peace and levity and joy
yeah,
to the gender diverse community. I hope that we in some small way this can make us not have to explain so much and that people can start to celebrate and
yes.
see our humanity and want to protect our humanity and find ways to be better allies. I think that's a lot of pressure to put on a 30-minute episode, but I do hope that it helps start conversations.
Yeah, and you're not afraid to go deep, and that's what I loved so much about that episode. Like it was touching on a lot. Like even it started from the script from the beginning, but it like really took held people's hand and took them to like some complex issues, which I was really impressed with.
And that's
And I
also why
also
I like to do a
noticed,
lot of those like little like comedy bits because it's like I want to
yeah,
create like some little like palate cleanser moments to like
a
make you
little bit of
laugh,
levity.
shake it off, yes, so that you can like keep
Yes,
moving through and like finding fun and joy. And you're like, it's not all like I really wanted it to not be heavy handed.
totally. And you really get that sense the whole way through the show, like the whole sort of I mean, you illustrated it like directly in the first episode with the good and the bad. And the show really does do that. It sort of like finishes every episode with a there's good things to this and there's bad things to this. Um, so I'm just curious because especially now working in queer media, I'm always struggling helping people find common ground. What would your advice be to people kind of struggling with that, trying to join people together and find common ground?
Start where you do have common ground. I think I get that question a lot with queer eye. It's like, how can you work with someone who's like just so opposite on like a political spectrum than you? And for me, like I've been around people like that my entire life. Like I'm gonna meet people where they are.
Yeah.
And then the rest can come a little bit later. With the caveat of like if that puts you in danger, or you're around someone who's like an absolute asshole, then you don't have to. But if you're
Right.
safe and you feel safe and secure to do so, then it's like, well, how can we find common ground with someone and then build a relationship from there?
Yeah, totally. And that just beautifully segues into my next question for you. You mentioned in the figure skating episode, which sidetrack. I have completely fallen down a rabbit hole of figure skating from
Yeah,
that
that's the
episode.
plan. That
Truly,
was the
Michelle Kwan
plan.
is on my like playlist. Kim Yuna is
Uh,
on my playlist. Like I'm like watching on repeat.
Her Tosca from 2004 makes me cry every time.
That's what I'm noticing. Like the emotion is so overwhelming, and like you feel it. It's so
Yeah.
powerful. But you mentioned in your figure skating episode that your basement, your childhood basement, was with your donuts and watching figure skating was your like safe space,
Yeah.
your little cocoon. And I'm just curious, is there any safe space for you now, and what that space is?
Yeah, well, I mean, my house with my husband and my cats, and my dogs and our garden, feels really safe. Gymnastics actually also feels really like a safe space. Figure skating feels like a safe space. I know I already said gardening, but like my family and those activities. Also, being with my friends, like being with people like Alok, being with other
Yes,
people feels like a safe space.
yes. And you know, speaking of Alok, you described Alok as the voice of a generation, and I just want to say how incredible it is to see such amazing activists and those people, Joshua, Alok, and Gio, who you had in the show. I see their work all the time, and I just want to thank you so much. That show really did. My own gender journey was impacted by that episode, and so
Oh.
I'm just so grateful and thankful for the show.
Thank you, making me cry towards the tail end of this gorgeous junket. Thank you for saying that. So
Yes,
sweet.
yes, yes. You too.
Now just go
Appreciate
tell all
you.
of your friends and like, please ask them to just put the reminder on their phone and like to watch it. Just tell them to like
Oh,
watch. You
I will
know,
be calling them
everybody.
personally.
Even if you want to like just like I don't know if you want to like I had to work at Glamour Shots for like 2 weeks, but then I felt like they were taking advantage of their patrons, so I quit. But in those 2 weeks, I had to like stand in the front of the Glamour Shots and be like, "You want to get your pictures today?" If you could just do that with like getting curious, just like peruse around wherever, like just if you want to be like our hype person for getting
Handing
curious,
out flyers. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
streaming now or streaming January 28th on Netflix. Just you could
Yeah.
be like Regina George with
Regina George,
her,
or that
yes, with
scene
the
in like 10
flyers.
Things I Hate About You, where they like dump the flyers down the
Yes.
stairs.
Yes.
Yes, period.
Thank
Love it. Love it.
you so
All
much.
right. Thank you so much. It was such an honor to talk to
My
you.
pleasure. You too. Have a good night.
Like this video? Follow us for more.